I have so many artwork here. I don't know if anybody wants to sit through all this, but oh well. For this next one, my instructor told us that she wanted us to come up with one pattern and then use that one pattern to create a full page of design and have the patterns interact. She's really big on that. She would always want things to interact. Whatever objects we do or whatever project we had, that was like her thing. She would say they need to interact. There need to be some form of communication between your objects. So this is my idea of their interaction. This is a pedal. This is just like a small pedal, and like I don't know, this is just something coming out of the pedal. And as you can see, these three are interacting here, these two are interacting here. So as far as the objects that we needed to create, I mean the patterns that we needed to create, we're supposed to use this to create patterns. This, by the way, is not a cutout. We had to do this on a computer, on yeah, on a computer. And so this is how I made them interact. So I basically just used this one as this one box here, and then I made multiple boxes and arranged them in such a way that I could create this pattern. It's so cute, so pretty. And she told me to redo it after I submitted. She was like, yeah, can you give a few more patterns? Because she felt as though, because I only had these two big ones in the middle and then half of these, that it was too easy and I needed to put in more of the patterns. So I made this one with more patterns. And that was my homework. I thought I threw all this stuff out. I'm surprised I still have them. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. Ooh, I just stained this. No. Anyway, so for this next one, my instructor, how does it go? It's like this. So she told us to pick two objects that we could use to create to draw something, like a symbol that represented us, right? So I chose the moon and the eye. And she said we could either choose the sun or the moon and then some other object and put them together into one symbol that represented an aspect of our personality. So I chose the moon and I chose the eye, and I put them into this structure. So this is the moon, and then I sort of made it into the eye with the eyelashes. And my eye does not have a lot of detail inside of it. I don't know why. I think I should have put something in there, but that's supposed to be the pupil, or what's the part called? Whatever it's called. It's pretty simple and I really like it. It's just an eye, but you know, there's kind of more to it than that. When you look at it, you only see the eye, but I had to put two objects together to make this. It actually took me a while to come up with this idea, because people were using inanimate objects and most people chose the sun, but I chose the moon to represent like my, I guess, calm disposition and my my cool nature, I guess. And then I chose the eye to mean that I have an observant nature and yeah, basically a quiet observer, because the moon is quiet, it's not as loud as the sun. Yeah, so that's what I wrote here as well, because you had to, you know, write what your symbolized. So for this next one, should I show this? Well, I'll just show it. We were asked to come up with a word and then show the word, like cut the word out of paper, place it on this cardstock, and have the words express their own meaning, right? So if you choose drop or drip, then it has to be, your figure has to be made in such a way that something's dripping. You know what I mean? So if you choose the word break, then your word has to show something breaking, or like the word itself is breaking or something. Just express itself. Whatever the word meant, you're supposed to express that. So I chose choke. This to me made a lot of sense, but when I submitted it, because when you submit it, you put it on the wall in class and have your peers and your instructor critique it. You can't say anything. You have to keep quiet the entire time, and they will critique it. They'll see if they understand what you created. So when I made this, it made a lot of sense to me, because like this is the C, this is the C, this is the H, that's the O, that's the K, and that's the E. Now obviously if you look carefully, you'll see that the C here is choking the H, and the H is like screaming. I cut out faces on them. These are cutouts from the black paper, and the C is choking the H. The E here, it's like backwards, it's choking the O and the K. So the K is like screaming, that's the face, that's the tongue hanging out, and it looks really funny. But you know what, when I submitted it, everyone was like, what is that? What is this? They couldn't even figure out what the word meant. And it was as clear as day to me, but I was so mad because it took me so long to cut this stuff out. And I thought it looked really pretty, but nobody knew what, you know, what they meant. So my instructor said, I'm sorry, but you have to redo this. We had to submit a redo around finals time. So I redid it for finals, and I still have that here. I stained it though. I stained it with paint. I'm so mad. I'll try to get that off. But this is the redo. I made it a lot simpler. This is the previous one, just to show it again. Choke. And then this is the redo. And for the redo, if you look carefully, you would see that this is the C. This is the H right here. That's the O. This is the K. And that's the E, right? But this time, the C is choking the H and the K. And it's more stylized, no faces this time. And my instructor loved it. And I love it. I don't know which one I prefer. Whatever. They're all awesome. They're all my hard work, and I really appreciate my effort. Okay, so this is the last one, guys. This is the last. For this one, we were supposed, oh my god, this card was so big. You can't see me, but that's okay. So for this one, is focusing. The homework was that we were asked to think about a cliche, any cliche, like it's fun until someone gets hurt, or piece of cake, or it's raining cats and dogs. You know, those cliches that we use every day. So we're supposed to come up with a cliche and then draw the cliche. And in drawing the cliche, we had to use a permanent marker on this cardboard, and we can't use like a pencil or anything. It has to be permanent marker, and whatever mistakes that you make, you cannot erase. You have to incorporate that somehow into your artwork. So I had to think of something that I could draw, and it wasn't too complicated. It could be easy. It was easy, and I could just, you know, not make any mistakes. So I came up with sitting ducks. which is exactly what you see here, sitting ducks. The ducks are sitting on this person's sofa. This is indoors, and he comes home and sees the ducks. It's like a family of ducks. That's the father, mother, and child, and they're just chilling on the sofa. I don't know if they're watching TV or what they're doing, but he comes home, finds them, and he takes his gun and he tries to shoot them. This is kind of, you know, one of the more violent arts that I did, but I didn't want to use a gun like that gun. This is actually my redo. The original is this one. So this is my original. This is the redo. This is the original. The only difference is in this redo I used a crossbow here. I didn't use a gun, but my instructor, when she saw this, she was like, I don't know, I don't really associate a crossbow with killing ducks. I associate it with Cupid and love and all of these romantic things. And in my mind I was like, has this woman ever seen a real crossbow like pointed at her face? There is no love in a crossbow. I've seen real crossbow. Like, I googled it before I did this and they look scary. Okay, they don't look romantic at all. But I made this and I had to use a marker, a permanent marker, to draw it. I could not have any mistakes at all, so I kept it really, really simple. And I really like the crossbow. So he comes home, he's about to shoot them with a crossbow, and that was basically the art. But she wanted me to change it into a gun, so for my finals I changed it into this gun. Everything else is pretty much the same as the first one, except for the crossbow and the gun. So yeah, guys, this is my artwork that I did back in college. I'm glad I kept these. I was surprised when I saw them, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video about this. So anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching and reminiscing on my art class with me. I really enjoyed that class. I don't remember my professor's name, but she was this woman. She was a young woman, and she made it really fun, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.